Good morning, this is Stuart coming to you with another video, this time from the beach, and just actually been on my morning run, and I thought now would be a great time to share some more words. So in my previous video, if you checked it out, I talked about what I see as being one of the most common reasons for people failing with their online business, and in summary, we kind of came to the conclusion together, I hope, that it's really down to people's commitments and not following through with those commitments. And I felt that the antidote in my life was having a big enough vision to make sure that I always followed through when I felt tired, lazy, things got in the way, personal issues, etc, etc. And I said at the end of the video I'm going to continue that conversation, which is what I want to do now. So one of the other reasons that I see people, you know, really frequently giving up on their dreams and often coming back, because what I've seen now, I've been in the industry long enough, is a lot of people coming and going. And the good news is I have seen people that have gone and come back and gone and come back and then gone on to succeed. And what I want to do is really share some words of wisdom based on that experience, and maybe give you some things to think about. So one of the things that I see, unfortunately, way too often is people using excuses for not building their dream lifestyle, building their business. And the first thing that I'm going to say to you is that I've seen people go on to succeed online with some really horrendous circumstances. I'm not going to go into the specifics of that, but you know, far worse than not having money in the bank, far worse than not having a job. Situations where, you know, I'll give you some examples. Situations where I've seen single mums who've literally been left in the lurch, I suppose, left by their husbands or partners to really look after their kids, fend for themselves, with absolutely nothing, go on to succeed. I've seen people who have had so much debt that they've literally got debt collector after debt collector turning up at their doorstep making demands. I've had people and students of mine, and I'm thinking of specific examples here as well, of where they've lost family members to illnesses, and you know, they've not been the main breadwinner and they've had to go out and become that breadwinner. Yet often people use the excuse of not doing their online business because of stress, or because things are a bit tough. And let me tell you, like I said, you know, when you see such a range of people, a diverse range of people succeeding, you do come to realise that most people don't go on to build their businesses because of excuses. Now, the point that I want to make here is that your past and your present doesn't equal your future. And this is something that's really important to really take those words and understand what I mean by that. Because if you're in this situation where you really want to change your lifestyle, you really want to build a better lifestyle for yourself and your family, if you keep living and doing things the way that you've done them before, i.e. your past, you cannot expect a different result in the future. So what that means is that when the going does get tough, let's say, take some of the examples, let's say you're in debt and you've got debt collectors showing up at your house, or you're in a situation where you can't invest as much money as you'd like to ideally in your business. It's absolutely imperative that you don't go through life with the attitude of, well, when I've cleared that debt, or in the future when my finances are better, I'll build my business. Because trust me, what happens is people get their finances sometimes in order, and very, very rarely do they revisit building a business at that perfect timing, or what would be deemed as perfect timing, because they realise that now's the least stress that they've ever been and they want to just enjoy it. 3, 6, 12 months later, all gets a little bit stressful, and suddenly they want to build their dream lifestyle again because life's not going as well as it would do. So the point of what I'm making is that you want to try and build your business at a time that you're feeling inspired and motivated to do so, regardless of your current circumstances. If you really want this, if you really want a better lifestyle, if you really want to build a business that's going to give you freedom, flexibility, choices, more money, whatever it might be, the answer, or again the antidote, is just do it now. Just do it now. The worst time to do it, in my opinion, for many reasons, is when you're forced to. Yet so many people, and they do go on often to be successful, wait until they have no options, wait till they have no choice, and that's just so much more stressful. I didn't do that. You know, I still had my job. I built my business on the side in the evenings. That's one of the beauties of starting an online business, is you can do that. And I got to a situation where I was making enough money on my online business that I was able to quit my job. Now, was it stressful? Yes, it was. I was working 70 hours a week in my job, and then I did go part-time for a while. But even when I was part-time, I was still putting in God knows how many hours. Honestly, I don't know. Every waking minute, frankly, for at least the first 3 to 6 months. I'd say the first 3 months it was silly. I was obsessed. Like literally, you wouldn't see me awake without my laptop. I was literally in my bed on my laptop. Now, does everyone have to do that? No. The first 6 months, I would say, it was 85 to 90% of my spare time. But it was 6 months of my life, you know? So that's the thing, I just want to really point something out, is that regardless of your current circumstances, I can tell you this from experience, there is nothing stopping you making this happen now. You know, yeah, maybe it would be better to be able to invest more money in your business. Maybe it would be greater to have a bit more time. Maybe it would be nice if you had paid off that debt. Maybe it would be brilliant if you had that slightly better relationship with someone in your life. But life's never going to be perfect. You know, you're not going to have the perfect time. You know, people often talk about it with kids, don't they? You know, there is no perfect time. You know, yeah, fair enough, you can probably time things a bit better than some people do. But the point is that, you know, with a business, I really do think the greatest time to do it is when you're inspired and motivated and driven to do it. If you're watching this video, chances are you're more inspired and driven to do it now than you ever have been. So just get on and do it. Now, to wrap up this video, I want to talk about another distraction which really often stops people succeeding, and that is listening to the naysayers. You know, when you first get started online and you're working extra hours and you're putting your spare money into your business, and maybe you don't have much disposable income to go and do the things that you're used to doing, or you don't have the desire to do the things you used to do, you're going to come up with more naysayers. You're going to come across more naysayers than you ever have done. Family, friends, people around you, you know, everywhere there's going to be people telling you why you shouldn't build a business, stick to what you know, why it wouldn't work. And here's my question for you: why would you listen to people that haven't created what you want to create, who haven't done what you want to do? Now, I could be wrong. Maybe you do know people that have achieved what you want to achieve and they are giving you advice. Well, my advice would be maybe it is worth listening to them. But anybody outside of that, you have to shut them out. And one of the things that I found helpful was learning a lesson, and that lesson was to just not talk about my business to certain family members, with certain friends, because the conversation had nothing to gain. You know, there was nothing in it for me, there was nothing in it for them. Maybe it just made them feel less inspired with their lives, and because they were too lazy to do something about it, maybe it made them feel bad and that's why they reacted. Or it could even be that they wanted to not see me get disappointed and wanted to protect me because they're not prepared to take risks. Well, I was prepared to take the risk, and I saw it as a very calculated risk. You know, they say 85% of home-based businesses, again, another statistic, who knows if it's true, but 85% of home business, not internet businesses, go on to succeed, compared to only 5% of businesses where people actually get a loan or start up from scratch, like a store in town or something like that. I don't know if those statistics are accurate, and I'm not particularly a betting man, you know, but what I do know is if I'm going to start something, I'm typically going to do it where the statistics, you know, are on my side. And starting a home-based business in the digital economy, from home, from your laptop, with low overhead, in my opinion, you know, you're giving yourself every opportunity for success. It's not like you're borrowing money from the bank. It's not like you need to find high street premises. It's not like you need to have a garage full of stock or a store full of stock, more so. So, you know, just go with your gut instinct. If you want to build an internet business, home-based business, and it's something that's been on your mind for a long time, just get on and do it. Blank out the naysayers. I said yesterday in my video, often the smartest people, the people that we respect most in the professional world, are actually the least knowledgeable when it comes to even building businesses, let alone internet businesses. You know, accountants are often people that individuals look to get advice from, but how many accountants do you know that are living the lifestyle? You know, how many accountants do you know that love their careers? Now, I'm not saying that some of them don't, but the ones that I've come across really aren't that inspiring in terms of the lifestyle that they're leading. Many of them aren't particularly wealthy. You know, they might be good at crunching numbers, and that's exactly what I use my accountants for. You know, just filling in forms and returning my tax returns and dealing with in the UK, our VAT returns, etc. I'll leave that to them. I don't want to do that anyway. But just be very, very careful who you heed advice from. This is why communities are so important. So important to get surrounded by like-minded people. And another thing you've got to watch out for when you get in this industry, you're going to see a lot of people come and go for the reasons that I've been talking about in this video. Best advice I can give you is find people who you either sense or have proven they're in this for the long haul. They're committed, in other words. You know, they've not just been dipping in and out of every opportunity. They're not just spamming and pitching products all over the internet, one product after another product, and they're actually, you know, sticking to their guns, fairly narrow-minded in terms of tunnel vision is probably a better way of putting it. Narrow-minded sounds a bit like they're an arsehole. I'm not talking about arseholes. I'm just talking about, you know, people with, you know, tunnel vision to success and loyal to themselves, their goals, and the businesses that they're building. These are the type of people you want to be surrounded by. I'm very proud to say at SFM we have a ton of them. We also have people that come and go. We also have people that dip in and try and get results and change their lives in 6 weeks and are very disappointed when they don't. And that's why you've got to watch out for those people, because it's discouraging. So just get yourself in the right environment. Don't listen to the naysayers. Control your environment, control your conversations, and just get that big vision I spoke about in yesterday's vision, because that's what's going to follow you through. Goals. I set goals all the time. Some of them I exceed, supersede my own expectations and goals. Sometimes I don't hit them. A vision is what carries me through, though. You know, if you've got a big enough vision, somehow you'll get there. It's kind of like, imagine a vision being up in the sky behind the clouds. You know, imagine there being stairs up to that vision. You take 3 steps and you look up and you still can't see the end destination. You take another 3 steps, what do you see? Well, you see the next 3 or 4 steps, but you still can't see the end destination. You take another 3 steps and guess what? You only see the next 3 or 4 steps or 10 steps, whatever, you know. But the steps keep being revealed. You keep getting closer to that vision because you're persevering, because you're following through, and because you're committed, and you're not letting the naysayers distract you and take you back down the stairs, or even worse, get the elevator back down with them to the ground floor, where they're probably sat in an office right now, frankly, giving pretty bad advice. So anyway, thanks for coming through to check out this video. I'm going to keep them coming, and look forward to seeing you very, very soon. Over and out.